Welcome to Never a Dull Moment. I am Greg Blythe and I'm flying solo today. My wife's actually at work. She doesn't even know I'm filming one of these by myself. Am I allowed to film by myself? Today is an entertaining video for, I don't know, a variety of reasons, but it's a skill that maybe you've seen or heard of or would like to have, and that is we're going to take the entire skin off the chicken in one piece. So you could actually use it to make like a remoulade, if you want to stuff the skin, or just lay it out flat, make one big, huge, crispy skin. But anyway, you can use this skin for whatever you want to do. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to take the skin off this bird as one big sheet, and I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we'll just finish butchering the bird. For all the knife nerds out there, this is an original on Ryu Blue Steel, and it is the old man that retired. It is the one that you're looking for, not the new young nephew. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we are going to take the skin off of, we're going to take the wings off, because that's not part of the so we're just going to go to for the deboning part, we're going to go to the armpit. So just find like the actual armpit, and you can pull, and it literally will kind of pop the bone, and you will see the bone, and it will let you get behind it. And I'm trying to leave as much skin as possible because I would like to leave as much skin on here for the jacket. And then as far as the wing itself, there's a drum in this, and if you'll just score the middle of the two, you can pop. You'll see the bone stick out, and that is your drumstick. So there's your wing. And that on the other side, again, if you'll go to the armpit, so like literally bend it back and think like, hey, that is the actual armpit of the bird. Put your knife right in there, and as you pull, it will reveal itself. And that way you can get like a nice clean cut. Okay. Again, I'm trying to leave as much skin on here as possible. So once you see it, it's nice to actually see it. You can get in between the two. So you have those two parts. Okay, so now here's the fun part. Believe it or not, this is mostly your hands. So you're going to find a cavity underneath here. This is going to get you below the skin and where the fascia is. And so you want to take your fingers and you want to go beneath the skin. Okay, so we're loosening the coat from the bird, okay? And you want to do as much of this as you can before you start getting to the more difficult parts. And we got some tricks to show you. Okay? Now, and there's certain places that it will get thicker. And you're gonna see a lot of this motion. You're gonna see me take my finger and twirl. And that's gonna help get us through. Okay, and so you can like literally put your fingers in here and just kind of pull back. See how we got like the top of the jacket? Now we're going to go ahead and take the that part off. Okay, so we can take our fingers and just kind of pull back. So we're pulling the jacket off. Okay. Now we're going to go on the inside of the legs, and we're starting to undress the bird. Okay, so just showing you that there's this kind of that gristle that's along the edge. It's a little thicker. Again, your fingers mostly for this. You shouldn't need your knife at this point. Okay, so we're coming up to a trick. So with the leg, you're going to literally put two fingers through here. You're going to watch my hand twisting, and you're going to pull, and it pops it right off. Okay, so we're on the other side. We're going to twist. We pop that right off. Guess you guys didn't know these tricks, huh? But you're going to see the bird naked in all of its glory. So we're just freeing it from the fascia itself. And that is the entire skin as one whole huge piece off the bird. And what you will see is I actually have used this already. Excuse me. And I have made we don't want to have an unsanitized household here. Let's grab another paper towel. So inside the oven, we've got an entire one of these cooking with the entire chicken meat stuffed inside. And in the video, I'll include what that looks like when it's done. Okay, so as far as the rest of the butchery goes, if you want to stay around for this, if you know the rest of this part, I understand why you're taking off. So you can see all of this part is the part that you don't like. Most of the time this pulls off, but your butcher can, cut and remove a lot of this stuff for you. One of the reasons it's good to have this skill is whole birds are a lot cheaper to buy because you're not paying someone to do the work. So if you have the ability to do this, it does save you money. Okay, so along the inside of the bird, there's this fleshy flesh right here. It's hooked to the breast. We don't need that. And the backbone is attached through there. The backbone being down here. So if you actually wanted to just, pop that off, you could. Then you're left with the bottom. So this is the dark meat part of the bird. Okay. So if you bend it, now if you see the back, this is the butt, and this is the upper butt cheek, and what we like to call the oyster, which is the butcher's favorite part. And your goal, honestly, is to make sure that the oyster stays attached. So if you'll just use your fingers again, you can free the oyster and make sure it stays a part of the actual thigh, because you'd really like to know that the oyster traveled with it. It's since the butcher doesn't get to eat the best part, you get to. Who knew, right? That most of this you could just do with your hands. You can kind of free all that, so you can. It's nice to actually see what you're doing. To say like I can see the different parts of the bird. Okay. So over here we have a bone where it just popped out, and that tells us where to cut. Okay, so that is your thigh and the leg, and you're going to see a line right here, and it's always just on the inside. Okay, so if you find the line and cut just on the inside, you're going to have your dark meat. And then if you cut along the actual bone itself of the thigh, you can reveal this bone And again, you can get your fingers below it. If you'll hold the bone itself and just pull on the meat, the bone will pop out. I don't like that piece of cartilage there, so we're just going to cut it. So that is your boneless thigh. Of course, you've got that little extra gristle that, you know, your wife can't stand. I like fat, but... So that is your boneless thigh. Okay, on the other side, remember, it's still attached to the backbone. Okay, so again, you can kind of go in with your fingers. You can free all that. Remember that we don't want to lose the oyster. There you go. I mean, I definitely don't want to lose it. So let's pop this out so we can see the bone came right out. And it tells you where to cut. And you're able to pull it away. Okay, so once again, there's a line. Go towards the drum more than the line. Just the line's just on the inside of the drum. It's not on the line, it's to the side of the drum. Okay? So now we have the one boneless, we need the other boneless, so we're gonna go down the middle. I mean, I like cooking things with the bone, honestly. It just gives it flavor. You don't have to. Again, your fingers can do a lot of the work here. I don't really want the gristle part, so we're gonna just cut. We're gonna take our knife and just pull. The meat just pulls right down. You can see cartilage down there. The tendons are revealing themselves, so let them show themselves. That way you can kind of leave all that behind. Okay, so remember we got some fat over here that you don't like. Okay, so we got two thighs. We got our whole skin. We've got some bones. The bones can be used for stock, so we'll leave that over there. Okay, so over here, you've got rib cage. The rib cage that you just don't need. You know, and the breast, it's connected to bones on this side. You know, there's that pesky wishbone up at the top, and everybody hates, I mean, that wishbone, I don't even know how that works as far as the body goes. Okay, but what we're able to do is we're able to score just on the inside. Again, the wishbone being up here, we want to. So let's go down the middle. There's that piece of cartilage that we all know about that's on the inside. You can just literally push against the cartilage, and if you have a great sharp knife, and if you don't, I can tell you where to buy one, or I can show you how to make one. Make one sharp, that is, not make a knife. And again, we're just kind of pushing the meat of the right off the ribs. I got one rib in there. One pesky rib wanted to mess up my video today. Okay, so in here we have the actual tenderloin. which you'll notice that just pulls away. There's that tendon, and if you don't know, there's a fork trick where you literally put a fork in here, grab that and pull, and the tendon pulls right out. But that is a tenderloin. That is the actual skinless, boneless breast. Remember to take the time to clean it all up so you can get all that gristle that you don't like to eat out of the way. My wife does not like any of that stuff, and as I can imagine, a lot of the women probably don't. And I think Chef Tom Mullally would say that as far as like Michelin-starred chefs and everything, there's a lot of chicken that gets thrown away because it's not good enough for what they're serving. So, of course, that's why you're paying a lot for all the extra work that they're doing and the meat that they can't use. I don't know about you, but for cooking reasons, I like to butterfly. So I find the inseam right here and just kind of score along it. So I can kind of make that flat. And then once I get the flat side, I lay my knife down and I cut towards myself. So that way I can get more even. I think it's a little bit thin right there. Tom would probably give me not a good grade. Tom's a chef, well, he is a chef. He used to be a chef instructor for many years, but we have a lot of respect for Tom and from Tom in his comments. So again, there's a piece of cartilage right here. We've all seen it before. If you want to just go down the edge of the cartilage so you can free the cartilage, you're trying to preserve as much of the chicken breast as possible. Now, if you were just doing regular chicken butchery, you would have done this right off the bat. Like if you were leaving the skin on, you would have done down the middle on each side while the entire bird was whole. It's just easier. For me, it's easy to get around the rib cage with my finger. I mean, the wishbone. That wishbone is that pesky bone that's like right there. And then you can just kind of push with the knife and it's scraping along. So there's stock, there's a tenderloin, it just pops right out, so there's another tenderloin. Let's see if we can make this butterfly a little bit better. So if you don't know, I've been at home recovering from a major surgery to have all the extra skin that I had hanging off of me cut off. So I've been at home with lots of time. I can't, lift but so much weight. If you've been making comments on YouTube, then I haven't answered them because I've been busy recovering. But we're doing good. I mean, the recovery is good. So again, we're gonna flatten that out, clean up any gristle that we don't like the flavor of that. Lay the knife flat, cut along the side. There, that's more evenly distributed there. So maybe a B, maybe Tom would give me a B, I don't know. But we'd still have to clean up some edges, to look good. Presentation is everything, right? You eat with your eyes. And that's why having a sharp knife is important. I actually just sharpened this knife before we used it today. And I'm not paid by Horrell. You would think that I was, but I'm plugging them. But I had the sharpener out, so I just I grabbed it and used it to sharpen this very famous knife, and it did it pretty quick. Okay, so what would we do is we would go the extra step. This is not my favorite part at all, honestly. Taking the meat off of a leg. There are definitely people who are better than me. Most people crack the bone. They would sit there and they would crack the bone. You would pop the bone itself in half you would reveal that. That way you can take it and get rid of it. You got a little marrow there for the squeamish. See if I can do this better on the other one. I shouldn't have cut it first, as I should have just popped the bone first. Yeah, this I did really good in the video right up to this part. Let's see if we can make up for it on the other one. I just don't like I like dark meat and I like eating the leg, but I like eating the leg as the leg, because once I see all the tendons in here, I just hate the leg. It's just got so much to it that I'm like, I don't want to eat all that. And I wonder what a gourmet kitchen would do with the leg. I mean, I guess you got to serve the legs as a leg, you know. It got slippery all of a sudden, folks. We got a usable piece of meat right there. One right there. Remember, we're going to do the fork trick to get the tendons off. All right, so let's see if we can do the other leg better. So they break it, they pop. I haven't done one of these in like a while. Oh, I think they do slice it first. They like slice down a certain, but I'm not sure what side. That's what it is. So I've got some more skills on my part to work on. So we're gonna keep this pretty simple. We're gonna just cut away the usable parts of the meat. Look at all those tendons. Who wants to eat that? You know, I don't know. I mean, you could even see that a sharp knife has trouble with that. God forbid your teeth have it. So I will have to, you know, I used to know how to get the meat off the bone. I guess it's been that long since I've had to do it. Maybe I should have practiced before this video. This is an impromptu video that I literally decided to do like, I don't know, an hour ago. So I had no rehearsal for this work. Look at all that stuff. So those are the little dark meat things of the dark meat. If you want to eat all that, I'll put that there. And yes, before you comment, obviously I need to practice my breaking down the legs. So for you actual butchers, you know, yes, I think I did pretty dang good getting the whole skin off, you know. And so you can literally use all that and stuff it with all of the meat. So you can take all of this, you can lay it out wide. You can put like a thigh down. You can take, oh, let's put that's the breast. So let's put this thigh. Let's put that thigh there. Let's stuff some of those. Now, obviously, we would clean it up. I'm just showing you how to build. Maybe what we would do is we would put the tenderloins in first. Then we can fill in the other spots. And yes, you would season. Of course, we need any flavor in your food. We'll tuck that underneath. And that would be your remoulade with seasoning. All right, so maybe you got entertained. Maybe it helped you pass the time because you were bored. Maybe you had a good laugh. Maybe you learned something. I don't know. But hopefully that wasn't a dull moment. I appreciate you amusing me by joining me every week. And I hope for you, tomorrow is Father's Day here, so if you watch this video next week, hope you had a good Father's Day. For all you mothers, I'm sorry I missed you. I hope you had a great Mother's Day. I'm going to enjoy the one that's in the oven. I'm going to take this apart and clean it up a little bit better to make a second one. I appreciate you guys checking us out Friday nights at 8 o'clock. Peace out.